feel free to send any questions you may have. And we'll answer you. Here it is. Oh, the two looks kind of weird. Good to go. Okay. Oh, we've got one. All right.
All right.
Are we good to start?
You're good to go. And I want to welcome you to J. Garner Home and our update with Four Hands this morning. We've been selling Four Hands now for 6 years. 2014 is when we started. In the past 2 years, our business with this company has grown by leaps and bounds. Their case goods and upholstery are modern, edgy, and fun. Everyone would enjoy at least one piece in their home, but we have designers that have used Four Hands for their entire projects, which is really exciting. I want to introduce today one of our favorite representatives. She's an account executive from Four Hands, and she's going to fill us in on all the latest items from Four Hands and market. Okay, Debbie, you're on.
All right. Well, it's a pleasure to be here and be with you today. And thank you to Jan and Brittany of J. Garner for allowing me this opportunity to present Four Hands to you. I've been with Four Hands for about 7 years now and feel incredibly fortunate to be part of this company right now. Four Hands started with 2 employees back in 1996, and we are based in Austin, Texas. We are one of the fastest growing companies in the US with offices in 5 different countries. And we've gone from having a 2,500 square foot showroom to a 40,000 square foot showroom in High Point, North Carolina, which you probably already know is home to the International Furniture Show. Also, several years ago, we opened a 25,000 square foot permanent showroom in Las Vegas. So if you find yourself in Vegas down the road, please feel free to drop in. We're open Monday through Friday, 10 to 5. So the success of Four Hands is attributed to a couple things, in my opinion. Number one is that it is filled with young, vibrant, and talented individuals who bring a very fresh approach to the furniture industry. They actively challenge themselves on the notion of what is possible and take doing excellent work very seriously. And along with that, they have some great fun. Secondly, Four Hands is one of the most creative and innovative companies I've come to know. I've been in this industry for 20 years and worked for several companies, and this is definitely the most creative company I've ever been part of. We have an in-house design team who travels under normal circumstances extensively around the world, and they bring 600 new items to the marketplace every year. Currently, we have about 5,000 plus items on our website from many home furnishing categories, and we are now considered a one-stop shop lifestyle brand. So as Jan said, you can use our product throughout the entire house and do full rooms with it if you like. This fall, we decided, unfortunately, not to attend the High Point Market, where we generally launch our largest introduction of product. However, we still proceeded with launching 400 new styles. And along with this launch of product, we created some fantastic video assets to bring the product to life as best we could. So I'm now going to turn it over to Brittany, and she will show you the videos and take it from here. Thank you.
Thanks, Debbie.
Thanks, Debbie. So I'll check back in between each video just to make sure our sound and everything is okay. And also please feel free to write in any questions that you have. We'll definitely pause. We have about 5 videos that we want to show you. And that way in between, if you have any questions about product, we've got Debbie here who can speak more to these new fall introductions. So I'll share my screen. Oh, I just need sharing access, please. There we go. Thank you. Okay, so here we are.
Four-Hands has been at every High Point market since 1996. We've been at every Vegas market since the first Vegas market. So, being in the trade show business and being in the furniture industry is sort of one and the same. That's the metronome on our lives. We rely on it.
Usually in a market environment, my team is really geared up. Everybody is excited to see all of their customers and their friends. We produce an incredible experience that's very immersive. So we have all the product there for people to see and all of their friends for them to see as well.
New product is the lifeblood of our industry. It's why people go to market, is we want new product. We want to see what's happening out there, and it's exciting and it's fun. That's what we enjoy about our industry.
Four Hands as an organization has a really strong structure, both here in Austin and internationally. So working with our partners in Asia and Mexico, it actually hasn't really slowed down the development cycle. It's just forced us to do things a little bit differently.
Our product developers have not slowed down. Our overseas teams haven't slowed down. Material sourcing, everything, it's all going on. We're bringing as much product to market. We're as excited about it as we think, which we always do. We think it's better than ever.
So this season we're doing virtual launches, which is actually really amazing. Like, we've learned so much about how customers react to our product, the best way to tell stories, how we can reach out in ways that are more effective.
This season we are in downtown Austin in Brazos Hall. The finishes and the materials that we've selected on product this season, it really works well with the natural sand colored bricks and the really cool exposed beams on the ceiling and these awesome iron I-beams. So there's a lot of texture, and there's also beautiful vignettes that were made that are really modern, so they kind of juxtapose with this industrial space.
I love all of the different elements that I think really speak to the Four Hands vibe, where we're taking mixed materials, putting them together in unique ways. We're always trying to make sure that the designs are unique and they're relevant because of that complexity of the materials that we use and the design elements that we integrate.
We have the most talented product development team. They're excellent designers. They select beautiful materials. They're incredibly creative. And this time around, they get to tell their story. They get to say what makes the product so special and the intent behind it. So the fact that our designers can really reach out and say why they created something, I think just makes it so much better.
We do not have to make people travel across the country. There's a whole other way to inspire people, and that's what we're trying to do right here, is just create digital assets that are going to bring these products, to the customer, so we can keep their business healthy and bring the product right to them.
All right.
It seems that maybe was not all that loud and clear. Is that correct?
I see that in the comments. The video is as loud as it goes.
Maybe what I need to do is mute myself.
That's an idea. We have some other videos. I can try with the microphone and see if that maybe helps with the audio. If that works.
I think we just move forward.
Yeah, or I can try the next video. I'll try with the microphone as well, and I'll look in the chat box to hopefully, sounds fine. Okay. All right, so Debbie, I don't know if you have anything else you want to kind of add to that video from Four Hands Market. And
well, that Matt Briggs, he was the gentleman who started to speak and then chimed back in. He's our CEO, and he's been with the company for, let's see, the company's 20 plus years old, and he took over the company about 15 or 16 years ago. So, and he's such a great leader and always working hard to make the customer experience the best one possible. He's great fun too. So I think the combination of working hard, great design team, and having fun has just been really fantastic.
Yeah.
And you'll notice from that video, and you'll notice going forward, that there's so many different categories that we sell. The art that you saw in that video, that's ours. We bought this art company out of Austin, Texas. So everything is made to order. We have rugs, we have lighting, and now we have tabletop accessories along with furniture. So yes, it's a full lifestyle brand now.
Yeah. And there are a few pieces I think that we just saw in that video that we're really excited that we've actually ordered for the showroom that should be coming in soon. So if there aren't any other questions, I'll get into the next video.
The inspiration for design is really led by our culture. Right now, what we're looking at is all these ideas of like comfort and nostalgia and texture, things that feel familiar. So our design really has to talk back to that. My name's Adam Dunn, and I'm the creative director at Four Hands, so I lead product development and design for the brand. A lot of what you're going to be seeing in design is this inflated sense of scale. So there's this soft volume that goes through all of our upholstery. So it's like sink and comfort. It's you walk up to it and you want to touch it because it feels really welcoming. We're also taking that into like the case world too. So doing these like grand scale proportions, things that feel inflated, larger scaled. And also a little bit of play, right? So that's really important for trend 2 is fun. I would describe the look as found, right? It's collective. It's somebody who has traveled. It's somebody who is picking a piece here to create a look that feels really theirs. It feels new and fresh, and it feels soft and approachable.
Very nice.
All right. So hopefully the sound, I don't see anything else about that. So that was good. Debbie, is there anything you want to add, or should I roll into the next video?
Unless there's aren't any questions, I guess we just kind of go from video to video and pause in case someone wants to pose a question to us.
Okay. I think one other thing I'll just add is that I think for upholstery, we have several pieces on the floor, which, you know, if people feel comfortable, obviously the Seattle Design Center is doing all the necessary precautions related to COVID, and we all have masks on and everything like that. But we do have some of their physical upholstery pieces here that we'd love to invite you to come see in person.
Yes, and if I may add on to that, is upholstery now is our top selling category. We did not start out selling upholstery. We don't really consider ourselves an upholstery company, but our styles, along with the price point, people have been very attracted to them. So it's now become our top selling category, as I said.
Very good.
Okay.
Here we go.
I'm Jessica Green, the Director of Upholstery here at Four Hands. So we have a beautiful selection of textiles, and you're going to get a variety of textures, not just visual appeal, but also what you feel with your hand. So anywhere from a soft brushed feel to a low pile chenille to a really chunky, exaggerated boucle, but all of them are going to have this tactile softness that is just so important. So from a shape perspective, we're playing with these soft browns and volume shapes, as well as linear architectural formats. The color palette in upholstery is really grounded by neutrals and then highlighted by these wonderful earth tones. One of the things that I think is really impressive is how we have these divergent trends, soft volume contrasted to architectural linear formats, and they have this cohesion, so you can mix and match and play with the different pieces.
I'm Nina, and I'm a product developer at Four Hands, and I work in the dining category. This season in dining for chairs, I wanted to focus on having a wide breadth of looks and materials. We've got some lighter tone woods and neutral fabrics with a lot of texture and weaving, and some are a bit playful and then mixed with some leather. Having a neutral chair can almost go back to any dining table. So we've got ranges of finishes and tables, but then also within your home. I think being able to mix and match is really fun, and keeping the neutrality makes it easy. Getting into designing dining for this season, we were really inspired by some vintage shapes across the decades, anywhere from 50s mid-century to Scandinavian 70s inspired into 80s chunky modern, and some transitional and modern day.
I don't think it's ever really been more apparent that your home really affects the way you feel and how productive you are. They have to be functional as well as beautiful, but the function is actually really specific. We've done a really good job of making sure that we're designing a chair for every customer, but we're also making sure that they're functional, they're fashionable, and they really do their job. So all of the chairs that we're launching this season, we made sure that they all had casters so they could wheel around, that they're all full 360 swivel, and they also have the pressurized base so they can move up and down according to your height and the height of your desk. Obviously, we have the leather options, but we always want to do a fun fashion material. So we're trying to bring in a lot of these like heavy textured fabrics, anything that feels very chunky, bouclés. Even though they're neutral and they can work in anybody's office, they still have a lot of trend associated with them because of those heavy textured fabrics.
So I just wanted to do a quick pause. I know we ran through a couple of videos that were, oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay, perfect. I was just saying I ran through a few videos that featured the different upholstery, and just wanted to take a quick pause. I noticed that there was a couple of questions, so just wanted to give some time for that. So one question I saw was, does Four Hands do COM for the upholstery? And that is not available as an option. Four Hands, typically, once we get you registered on their website, when you go to a product page, you will get to see the different products that they have available. And if you're looking at something, sometimes it's offered in several different colorways. And from there, you have the option to select from what they have on offer. And in the instance that we don't have that particular piece on our floor, if it is a fabric that they have available at the Four Hands corporate office, we can request a swatch if you need to see it in person. Sometimes they do have them available, and sometimes there's just a little bit of a wait there.
Debbie might want to add something.
Debbie, do you have anything you want to add there?
Yeah, we don't have a swatch program per se, but we try to stock as many swatches and some wood samples in our corporate office. And so we do provide those, send them by regular mail upon request. So you would send your swatch request to Brittany, and then she would get it to me to fulfill.
Yeah. All right. I will keep going.
So there is one more question there. When will the fall collection pieces be in the showroom? So our fall intros, generally introductions take about four and in some cases 6 months to become in stock. I'd have to check the pieces that J. Garner Home ordered and what the present ETA is. But my guess is that hopefully before the end of the year, they will be on the floor. If not, it will be early next year.
Excellent.
All right.
Any other questions?
It's fun that we have some. of the mid-century style office chair.
Cool. Debbie, do you want to speak at all to, well, actually, we can chat about this at the end, but I was going to say, I think there's some really great assets later on that we'll talk about at the end of the videos that we're presenting about how you can really utilize their website, but there's great sort of product knowledge things there that even speak to the type of upholstery that's being used, or a lot of sort of the different manufacturing techniques that go into play with producing a lot of their upholstery. I know there's a really cool new sofa collection that was just launched that's super sustainable and eco-friendly. So there's a lot, I think, to be offered in terms of some of the other assets aside from these videos that Four Hands makes available to both designers and to end users of the product, just so that they can kind of be informed of what they're getting. So
yeah, so we do have a sustainable component to our line. Not the whole line is reclaimed or sustainable by any means, but the sofa and sectional that Brittany is referring to is called the Fenton, Fenton, and it's all from plastic water bottles. And it's very soft, and and you have about 10 different fabric options for that sofa and sectional. So that's a great story. We do have recycled denim on some of our sofas. And then of course, a lot of our furniture does come from reclaimed woods. So.
all right. I will keep going, and at the end of these, we can talk more about how to get everyone set up so they can view everything online. So just one moment.
So the last couple of years, we've been seeing a lot of trends in upholstery with these heavily textured boucles and some really chunky linens. So we really wanted to focus on bringing in some of those popular fabrics from upholstery here into soft accessories. I'm Jacqueline O'Neill, and I'm a product developer here at Four Hands. We wanted to bring in some special details into our textile line. So you'll see that by doing brass zippers. We have some fun tassel moments, as well as mixing in some materials. We went with more of a neutral palette. Each one of these pillows is definitely very different, but we were very careful in selecting all the different coverings because we wanted to make sure that everything mixed and matched so it could ultimately layer and sit together on your sofa. Our Ashford collection will be our first textile line that will actually come with a feather blend insert. And what I'm really excited about this collection is it's really a back to basics for the textile line here at Four Hands. We know everyone's spending a lot of time at home, so we wanted to make sure that everything was really soft and comfortable and really easy to live with.
I think you can move right on through it.
Oops. Oh, I did
The outdoor, important.
Okay. I think this will be the last one.
This will be the last one.
I'm Anna, and I'm a product developer over the outdoor category. The inspiration for this collection came from what we've been seeing trending in the European markets, where a lot of the outdoor pieces have this platform-based detail. And so I really wanted to bring that into a whole suite. And it also has this little bit of a mid-century edge to it. What's special about this look is it brings that indoor comfort to outdoor design, and it has style, but it also has a lot of function to it. So I've got a built-in end table on this side that's actually reversible, so it works with any space. Simmons is a really sleek design that has a lot of linear details. So you see the straight lines you get from the slats brought in as a knife edge cushion, and then I've also carried it onto the back with like a grid pattern weave. One thing that's important to know about teak is that it has a beautiful aging process. It starts out this really natural color, but with time it's going to patina and silver into this gray weathered look. And what I did with these finishes is I picked fabric and rope that are going to blend really nicely into it at the start, but also as it ages.
All right. So that kind of concludes the videos that we had prepared. Oh,
Brittany, do you want to share the, do you have the accessory video?
oh yeah, I'll play that one
And then we'll.
Chat.
okay, perfect. Just one second.
Great.
I think this is our forehands desk coming in.
We say this all the time. What we do better than anybody else is how we mix our materials together. And this even feels fresh for us. My name's Adam Dunn. I'm the creative director at Four Hands, and I lead product development and design for the brand. So the material for this collection is really important. It's actually a mix of solid oak and thick oak veneers. What's great about that is that we're able to wire brush all of the wood to get this really beautiful grain structure that comes out of the material. Finished on top of that is this really pretty sand color. The sand really allows you to see the wood grain come through, so your eye's constantly moving. There's a ton of movement going on in the finish, and the grain direction really helps to tell the story. Blended with that is this putty colored leather. We call this leather.
Sorry, I'm gonna pause this actually. I just want to find the video that I did want to show.
The inspiration
Is apologies. Here we go.
So I feel like what's really important about this collection is how it highlights the natural wood. So when you look at all the pieces up close, you really get to see the visual grain and all the natural characteristics that the wood brings to the piece. The Wesson collection is actually a collection that's been around for a while, but we've typically only ever done it in case pieces. And this is our first launch for accessories with them. And what's really cool about this factory that we work with in Mexico is they take all these reclaimed fallen trees from hurricanes and they actually repurpose them. So some of them you'll see have a little bit more texture than others, and that's actually someone going in and hand finishing each piece, carving it out. Since it is all reclaimed wood, what's really neat is that every piece, when the customer gets it, is one of a kind. So it's kind of less about designing into a shape, and it's more about letting the wood show its natural beauty.
All right. Sorry about that.
That's okay. That's all right. I wanted to show, that video because people up to now, we really have not had any accessories, tabletop accessories. So I just wanted to have that shown just so you know that's a category that we are developing and it's been very well received at this point. So I know that we'll continue to add to it.
Yeah. And I think these videos, obviously, they just kind of begin to scratch the surface for what Four Hands really has to offer, whether it be different case goods. I kind of started to play a little bit of a new kind of bed collection that they launched, but I mean, they have everything from desks, which I'm pretty certain when we were doing our Zoom, one that we just ordered that's really great, size is awesome, has just come in. But I mean, even from custom art, there's a huge art assortment to choose from, and it's all produced once you place an order for it. But I mean, they really do cover, I think, every aspect of the home, whether it be upholstery, case goods, accessories, art, you name it, which I think is really nice. One thing also that I think would be great for anybody that's interested, if you don't already have an account, we would love to get you set up with one. The website for Four Hands, I think these videos are kind of a little bit of a testament to it in terms of how much they really try to make the product as available, you know, in a virtual sense. And the website can be used as just such a great tool in terms of seeing, you know, the product, the different fabrics or finishes it's offered in, the availability. Usually it's down to, oftentimes it'll tell you the amount of weeks until something is in, which is really great. I think Four Hands, especially given everything with COVID, we've had a lot of really great success with getting product that's placed Forehands has shipped it out quite quickly if it's in stock, and if not, there's a pretty good calculation as to when that's going to be available. The other great thing for the website too, which you would get to use, is there's just so many assets there in terms of creating wish lists. You can kind of look at different mood boards that their design team has created that kind of speak to the different collections that they're introducing. There's a ton there with product 101, whether you want to know about the materials that are used, and be able to kind of really reference that as you're maybe working with your client, or even just for yourself personally to understand sort of what it is that what you're getting. And so I'd invite you all to connect with us. I'll list the email. You can email Jan, and myself, Rebecca, or Jill here would be happy to get you registered on the Forehands website, give you a link so that way you can access the full catalog. And then we're happy to set up any one-on-one time and kind of just talk you through some of these different features that the website has. And then, of course, as mentioned before, if you are comfortable with it, we would love to invite you to our showroom in the Seattle Design Center. We do have some sofas and chairs. I believe we just got this desk in, if I am seeing it correctly.
Right now.
Different kind of case goods and things like that. So yeah, thank you for listening in with us. Debbie, thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you. Appreciate everybody's participation. And I'm happy to back up Jay Garner with any questions you have as well. So reach out to them, and I will give them support in their answers.
And I just realized, I'll keep us on for 1 second more. I wrote who to email and it accidentally was private. So Jan at Jay Garner Home, which is pretty easy to remember. If you email her, she'll get it to one of us on the sales team and we'll be happy to help you. So
Brittany, do you want to speak to the pricing that you show on when they set up an account?
yeah, so when you set up an account with us, you will get to see the pricing. That there is retail, and then depending on whether you're a public consumer or you are a designer, we offer different discounts that work within those parameters. So what you see will not actually be the final price that you pay. And the pricing is great. I think it's a really nice price point that we've seen a lot of success with. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that that's one of the special things about Forehands is that the product development team, they're so creative and really do try to keep costs down, but not jeopardize any of the design. So it's, I would say, a solid middle end line, middle at some point, and to high, there are some high-end pieces there that, especially those made out of Mexico, that's a very special factory that we work with. But when you combine the price point and the design, it really is a wonderful buy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
Any more questions? We're good.
Well, yay.
Well, we wish you
Yay.
all.
Thank you.
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you, Debbie.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I hope to see you soon. Take care and be well.
You too, Debbie. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.